Hi Rifflords, today we talk about how to set up a tube amp. One of these, let's go. So today's video is about how to set up your tube amp probably. So one thing I recognize when I play my gigs with my bands and blah blah blah, that there are some issues people have with setting up their tube amp. And the goal of this video is to quickly help you and give you some tips and musts and don'ts and do's with your tube amp so that you can play and have fun and don't destroy your amp or waste a lot of money. So let's head right into it. So rule number one is don't ever turn on your tube amp without a cabinet connected. So that means always check that the cable from the cabinet to your amplifier is connected. Otherwise you will blow up your amp, okay? Tip number two is always check the impedances, the ohms of the cabinet matching the output of your amp. That means the transformer. So you all already maybe know this, the back of the amp, the back of the cabinet. I chose the Marshall 1960 cap because in 99% of my experience with playing a local show, this is the cabinet which is in the club. So it's the go-to Marshall rock and roll metal cabinet, so to say, something like the industry standard. So if you watch the back of this cabinet, some people already get confused. There's a switch, mono, stereo. So the golden rule is if you're using one amp with 16 ohm output, you put it to mono and you are using the right hole to plug the cable in. Okay? On the other side, the stereo is a complete different story. It's mentioned to be used with two amps. And the cabinet is splitted like this. Two speakers here, 8 ohm each. But this only is interesting if you are using two amplifiers. So let's don't talk about this anymore. If you're using one, like it's standard, use the 16 ohm, put the switch to mono. But what if you want to rock out like a real rocker and roller and use a full stack? What we talked before was that's called a half stack. So it's 1 amp, 1 4x12. A full stack, 1 amp, 2 4x12s, the way it should be. Then you have a completely different story. Let's say we have two Marshall caps with 16 ohms. Okay, 16 ohms each cabinet. Now what you need to know, you got to plug into the 16 ohm hole of the cabinet and then go from each cabinet to the 8 ohm output of your amp. This is the science behind it. Okay, so now there could be, what if I have two 8 ohm cabinets? Can I do the same? Let's say 8 at the output of the amp to one cap, the other 8 output, this one, to the other cap. The answer is no, because the result is 4 ohms based on this equation, okay? So both sides have to match. The next important step is to know which cabinet you can use with your amplifier. There's a simple rule. Let's go back to the Marshall cap. I show a picture right here. So if your cabinet has, let's say, 4 speakers, each is 75 watts, this means the whole capacity of this cabinet is 300 watts. So if your Marshall JCM 900, 800, whatever, is a 100 watt tube amplifier, you can easily put it on this cap. Okay? The other way around, if you're getting a 100 watt amp and let's say a 1x12 with 40 watts only. This means it's one speaker with 40 watts maximum power. You don't do this. This might blow up your amp and your cabinet. The other thing is, if you have a let's say 20 watt amplifier and you're getting to a 100 watt cap or 300 watt cap, like I mentioned with the Marshall cap, this is also no problem, shown in the picture here. So, at the end, the golden rules. Now you are at the venue, you are connected, your cabinet is connected to the right output switch, 16 ohms, 16 ohms on the cabinet. Power on, waiting 3 to 5 minutes, now you are ready to rock. And backwards, standby off first, 3 to 5 minutes, power off. Now you can load in. So what if you are in a hurry and you accidentally do this power switch off first? It won't destroy your amp, but it will sound like this. Some disgusting noise will happen. Listen to this. It's just disgusting, no big issue. But I won't recommend it. I hope it helped. If you like what I do, you know what to do. Subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment. And yeah, maybe see you next. And maybe see you in the next one. Rock and roll.